feel like you're actually helping
I am
people,
who I am,
changing
first of all,
people's
I love what I do as a volunteer in the
validation.
community
I am
who I am
because I see
because
results.
That was a good choice.
I am who I am because somebody loved me.
Honestly, I feel that I'm not just the only one that should be getting this award. I'm thinking my whole school should get it.
I am who I am because God made me the way I am.
It's an honor. I feel like I don't do it alone.
I am who I am because of my mom and my aunts.
It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
I am who I am because when I was young, I was surrounded by wonderful family, wonderful people in my town. It made me believe in myself. I believed I could do anything. I'm Carmen Applegrin, and I am Community Relations Coordinator at the Braille Institute in Los Angeles. We are giving them the tools and the programs so that they can stay independent. The whole point is getting their attitude to be, I can still do this. I can still live a good life. Inevitably, somebody will come up to me and say, my mother got help from you and it changed her life. We hear that all the time, that Braille Institute changes people's lives. I've always been a cup half full person. I mean, if you have an attitude that you can do something, you will. I never felt of myself as handicapped or disabled. I always believed I could do anything and just sort of plowed right ahead.
We just got sick and tired of being sick and tired of the low performing test scores of our kids, the attitudes. The first thing we did was ask their permission to tell them the truth. They'd never been asked permission for anything from an adult in the first place. And so that brought them up to an adult-like level. My name is flutefelucca. I'm an educator with the Village Nation. Our goal is to get kids to make better choices. We wanted to look a little deeper into the kid and make the kid become a more productive citizen and feel good about himself. The byproduct of those things is what got schools interested, is the test scores going through the roof. I've seen kids that had pledged a life of being in a gang. At the end of one of our impact assemblies, walk up and lay their rag down in front of all their classmates. So we help them to redefine themselves. Nothing compared to what it feels like when you see a kid reach their full potential. I never feel like a hero. I work with heroes every day. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
Being Chinese American, I feel really at home. I feel working in the Asian and Pacific Islander community that I can kind of balance both parts of myself. I'm Clara Chi. I'm the Director of Development for the Asian Pacific Community Fund, and I work with Asian and Pacific Islander communities. Every day, I actually go out and raise money for 29 Asian and Pacific Islander nonprofits, and I feel really blessed to be able to do that. When I'm out there raising money, I know that when the agency gets the check, they can actually apply it to the program that they feel needs it the most. My mom used to say that it's really hard for people to ask for help. And I always remembered that. So when someone asks me to help, I know that they must really need it. This is what I do. Sometimes people don't even notice because sometimes I'm just behind the scenes. I could not imagine doing anything else.
My name is Doug Seamark. I'm the Executive Director of the Gang Alternatives Program. Our mission is to keep a generation of young people from joining gangs by having them say no to gang culture and yes to positive lifestyle choices. It's up to us to be that voice at the right time with the right message saying, you know, you have a choice that you can make. It's like throwing a stone into a pool of calm water. The first ring that stone makes is the family. I heard someone say, I just wanted to thank you for saving my son and saving my family. Second ripple really is in the neighborhood and in the school. As neighborhoods improve, then communities get healthier. I am who I am because there was a person who at the right time in my life said the right thing and set me on the right path. I'm constantly trying to find ways to put ripples in other people's lives as well.
The main issue in South LA is the loss of jobs in the area and the lack of goods and services that the community needs to use. My name is Joyce Perkins, and I am the co-founder and former executive director of Los Angeles Neighborhood Initiative, informally called Lonnie. Now, Lonnie is working in over 20 communities throughout the city. The project reflects the desires that have been expressed by the community in which it is built. I do the work because I'm interested in it and I think that it benefits the city. I do it because it's something that needs to be done and I love it. I am who I am because being a preacher's kid, you're always on a committee. You're always working with people. So this was pretty much inbred in me. When I became an adult and seeing things that needed to be done, it was very difficult for me not to step in and try to do something to address those issues.
I was inspired by an individual who was very knowledgeable about Hispanic theater, and she helped me to learn about it and to want to be part of it. It filled me with great pride to know that this was my heritage. I'm Carmen Zapata, and I'm from the Hispanic community here in Los Angeles. I started the Bilingual Foundation of the Arts to give the opportunity to young Hispanic artists to be seen on a stage. One of the most important things that we've done is taking theater to the schools, and it's just thrilling to see how they're absorbing what they're seeing, how they feel about seeing something that they can understand and relate to. I've never thought of myself as a hero. I just do what I do. I am who I am because God made me the way I am. I can't be anybody else. I'm proud to be who I am.
I'm not a lost soul. My soul is very fulfilled knowing that each day I work really, really hard with my staff and with our volunteers, and each day we're making a big difference. My name is Tony Brown, and I'm the Executive Director of Heart of Los Angeles, or HOLA. We're trying to give them a fresh start after school, so to speak. We have a really rich myriad of classes. So we had a young woman who, we did some outreach at her school for our college prep programs. Yet her mom didn't like it. Both her mom, her brother, and sister were gangbangers, and we've helped her through for the last couple of years, and now she's in college and university. I feel like we're ending the cycle of poverty. So when we give their child a chance to succeed, and when they become successful, it ends right there. Now their kids have a much better chance of being successful. I am who I am because there were many caring people in my life, starting with my parents, who gave me a chance.
The thing I realized about kids in our part of Los Angeles is they have an unbelievable amount of stories, experiences, some of them very tragic, some of them heart-wrenching. My job was to just figure out a way to get these stories out. And my name is Steve Backrack. I am the executive director of a school called Film and Theater Arts Charter High School. I had a kid whose parents lived in fairly desperate circumstances. He made this fantastic film about his mom and her coming from Mexico. He showed this film at Sundance and people started crying. And this kid ended up getting a scholarship to go to UCLA. I am who I am because I've been very lucky. I've spent 15 years doing something that I love, and we've been fortunate to be able to get some amazing kids and some amazing families who make the job worthwhile and make it a pleasure to come to work every day.
It was when I started our own family that I recognized how incredibly difficult it is. I knew how hard it was to do it with two parents. My name is DaAnne Smith, and I am the Executive Director for Single Mothers Outreach. Everything that we do is with a view towards answering the question, how does this help a parent move forward? The feedback that we get is, oh, finally somebody gets us and cares about us. I've seen beautiful families that are living through some extraordinary circumstances. They inspire me with their persistence and their determination, their passion for their children. I am who I am because of my parents. I grew up in a home that instilled in us that it is better to give than receive. I grew up in a home that opened its arms to people in need, and Single Mothers Outreach is just an extension of what I learned as a child.
Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a teacher. I think I was born, it's an innate thing inside of me. I'm Elizabeth Ibarra. I am an elementary school teacher at Kennedy Elementary. The California Dance Institute is my passion and my heart. They work with students from 3rd through 6th grade. They teach them teamwork. They teach them how to cooperate with one another. It gives the children a chance to be there and take part in something positive in their lives. In my heart, I have to advocate the arts at my school because not all children learn just through academics. They need the arts. I am who I am as a teacher, and there's nothing else in the world that I would do but teach. Every day in the morning, I tell myself, what else would I do? This is my calling, to work with children, and that's who I am.